On April 23, 2025, as been alleged by the complaint, Celeste, a 14-year-old at that time, went to Mr. Burke's house in the Hollywood Hills. She was never heard from again.
So let's get on with it, man, because we seen this coming. We just didn't know how they were going to get there.
On September 8th, 2025, as alleged in the complaint, Miss Celeste remains, her dismembered and decomposed remains, were found in 2 bags inside of a front trunk of a car registered to Mr. Burke. Thereafter began an investigation. The investigation was to determine who killed, who murdered Celeste months and months before.
They recovered and analyzed a substantial amount of digital and forensic evidence. They stayed focused, disciplined, and committed to uncovering the truth. Their work, in close collaboration with the District Attorney's Office, has brought us to this moment today.
Is the proof beyond a reasonable doubt on who killed their daughter, on how their daughter was killed, when their daughter was killed, and bring that killer to justice. Evidence will be the witness testimony, the documents, and different types of admissible testimony that we will admit into court in the prosecution, and if it leads to the eventual trial of Mr. Burke, to convince a jury of 12 people beyond a reasonable doubt that each and every one of these charges is true, as well as the special allegations and circumstances that have been alleged. Today, I am announcing the charges against David Anthony Burke, the musician known as David, spelled D4VD, in connection with the brutal and horrific murder of Celeste, a 14-year-old at that time.
Now, the Batman can't save you and Bruce Wayne can't, but that QR code can, man, or hit that link in the description and get to playing free cash. They said they're going to put 10 in your account, 10 of them. So look, I know it's the 20th. You probably got a lot more month to the end than you do your actual check. What they say is, hey, we're going to hit y'all up. Y'all pay, get paid, and that's going to be that, man. Free cash, Seti Nash on a Monday. Y'all know what to do. QR code and tap that link in the description. They're going to put 10 in your account to get you started. Let's get to the content.
Sets of charges that have been brought. The first-degree murder with special circumstances. And again, those special circumstances are lying in wait. That Celeste went to Mr. Burke's home on the night of April 23rd, 2025, as alleged in the complaint, at his invitation, and again, was not heard from again. The second is a special circumstance being that this murder was committed for financial gain. As the evidence will show in court, the financial gain was for Mr. Burke to maintain his very lucrative musical career that Celeste was threatening on that particular night. The third charge, in addition to lying in wait and for financial gain, is murdering a witness to an investigation. In this particular case, as the evidence will come out in court, the witness to the investigation was Celeste. And the investigation was into the lewd and lascivious sexual acts committed by Mr. Burke that is the subject of count 2 of this complaint with Celeste while she was under 14 years old.
Now, the DA, I took this part out of it, basically said, oh, we talked to the father. We told the father we're going to get justice and all this shit. And I'm just sitting here wondering, why ain't y'all charge the parents of none of this? Because y'all remember this video? Roll it.
New video was recorded by a Nest camera on September 8th, 2024, which would make that 4 months after she ran away. The neighbors who provided the video to TMZ say that it shows her arguing with people who had pulled a prank on her. Take a look.
Let me talk real quick, okay? You gonna let me talk? I ain't gonna let you talk. No, you ain't gonna let me talk. Why you not gonna let me talk? You tripping. I ain't tripping. Nah, you tripping. Out the door and you tripping.
Oh my God.
Nah, because you tripping. Move this out of here.
You ain't gonna do shit. You better get over there. Get your over there, little girl.
Just by the very dates of this video seems to prove that Celeste visited her family at least once after she ran away for the last time. But a year and a half after the final missing person report was filed, her body was discovered in a frunk.
That killer that we have now charged is David Anthony Burke.
But they actually never said what was the cause of death. What is the reason why Celeste Rivas Hernandez is no longer here? Well, it turns out TMZ actually said, yeah, dun, 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 dun. Check this out. Breaking news. Celeste Rivas, prosecutors say David killed her with sharp instrument. Celeste Rivas' cause of death has just been revealed, and prosecutors in the Los Angeles County say David killed her with a sharp instrument. Prosecutors revealed the alleged cause of death Monday in documents charging David with murdering Celeste. A high-ranking source in the Los Angeles Police Department told us last week the medical examiner determined the manner of death as homicide, but there was no indication on how Celeste was murdered. Prosecutors say David murdered Celeste on April 23rd, 2025, but mutilated her body May 5th. What? What the hell? What's interesting about those dates, TMZ broke the story. Authorities say David took a mysterious trip to a remote area of Santa Barbara in the spring of 2025, and that could align with the May 5th date. The DA claims Jesus help us all. Celeste's dismembered and decomposing body was in David's Tesla for 4 months. Cops say the state of the body, which was stuffed in 2 bags, when found, made it difficult for the medical examiner to figure out the cause and manner of death. Prosecutors say Celeste went to David's Hollywood Hills home in April 2025 and was never heard from again. As for the charge, David was sleeping with a minor under the age of 14. The charging documents listed her 13th birthday, September 7, 2023, through September 7, 2024, when she turned 14, as the period when David continually slept with her, basically, is what they're trying to say. This is not to say the DA is saying that X activity ended September 2024. It is relevant in terms of the alleged crime, having X with a minor under age of 14. The LAPD arrested David Thursday in a huge show of force, and now he's charged with first-degree murder, with special circumstances, mutilating a body, and lewd and lascivious acts with a child under 14. The special circumstances include lying in wait, committing the crime for financial gain, and murdering a witness to an investigation. LAPD Chief Jim McDonald says there's evidence David and Celeste had a ex-relationship, and DA Nathan Hochman says when she threatened to expose their ex-relationship, he killed her to preserve his career. For their part, David's attorneys told us he was not the cause of her death. The most fascinating part about this is the investigator said, yo, we actually have digital evidence and all this shit. We don't have witnesses. We don't have videos. We don't have nothing. So we have circumstantial evidence at best. I believe he's going to get found guilty. I believe the press has run way too long. The idea has ran way too long. The whole entire scenario has played out in people's faces since September. That's way too damn long. And now on the most California holiday that you can get in your mind, you telling me that while those psychotropics are going on, this is the biggest damn case in the city, that that none of this shit isn't. Come on now, bro. I believe the police knew what they were doing. When we originally heard from TMZ, they like, yo, there ain't no evidence, all of this shit and everything, because the medical examiner's office and the police department don't work hand in hand. They're their own separate things. One hired by the county, one hired by the city. It's just is what it is. So they were up there trying to spin some bullshit. We were lock in step with this and all of this and all that. Man, miss me with that shit. Hell nah. Y'all got 2 separate jobs for 2 separate reasons. But I want to see the parents charged too. I want to see David go down for the rest of his life for doing this shit. You were running around with a little ass girl, and I keep on saying this. I will never understand y'all. Like, y'all can have a Ariana Grande type of female, but y'all decide not to. Like, nah, we don't want her because of her age. Now, for some of y'all gonna be like, oh, Nash, why do you want the parents to go down? Because the parents seen her. Y'all put a file in missing person report on this shit. Y'all knew what she was doing. Y'all, at one point in time, there was a photo or a video of David with some kids in that same neighborhood handing out money, which means they knew what was going on. She knew what was going on. Here's what I believe is the actual truth. Here's what I truly, truly see. I believe Celeste was intelligent. I believe Celeste was like, yo, bro, hold on. I'm with this controlling, manipulative bastard right here. Got all in his good graces, was a fan of his, and then started seeing the luxurious lifestyle, money and all that. You come into a home in Hollywood Hills while your freaking family who's Salvadorian is subjected to a lot of racism from people who look just like her. They just come from Mexico. If you're not from California, shut the hell up. There is this weird ass racist divide between Mexicans and Salvadorians. Why it exists? Hell if I know, even though there's a lot of Mexicans who claim Maria Sucha, MS-13, which comes from El Salvador, but it's one of the biggest Mexican gangs, but this shit still mind boggles the hell out of me. But either way it goes, right? I'm trying to understand this. The police revealed a lot. They said they believe she had basically said, I'm about to tell it. And this was for financial gain, meaning that David was set to make a lot of money. David was set to make this deal. David was set for a whole bunch of stuff. If it came out that he was sleeping with this little ass girl, bro, that was going to be over. R. Kelly 2.0. And that's why he did it. And that makes perfect sense. It does. Now, they also revealed we don't have anybody that's really talking in this case because either they didn't want to know or they're lying themselves or trying to keep themselves all the way out of it and be like, bro, listen, we thought she was this age and all this shit and everything. And that's that. It is what it is. But I'm curious as to what y'all see. Do y'all see it like me? Like the parents should be arrested. She was smarter. She tried to extort that boy for some money. And this is what happens when you try to extort people for money. He 1,000,000% was wrong. And he should go to jail regardless for even messing with that little girl. Flat out. But I'm not about to sit here and be like, oh shit, hey, Celeste, bruh, she all the way innocent. No. That little girl was intelligent, not smart enough to realize that he could do some shit like that. When money's involved, you see all types of new evils. It's just one of those things that happens. But y'all, let me know y'all thoughts on this one. Is y'all rocking with me like, nah, get rid of him because California's not going to kill him. We damn near abolished the death penalty. Like, it would have been better if the feds would have took this. In my personal opinion. And don't expect no damn trial no time soon. This is going to take between 3 to 4 years. I know y'all done heard me crap on Texas system for how long it takes. But bruh, this is what happens a lot. Y'all remember when the dudes in Sac shot up the damn downtown area? They just now finally getting a trial. And that trial is happening 4 years afterwards. And that was a lot of evidence right there. It's possible that Celeste don't get justice for 5 years. Which actually helps even more because David gonna come in there looking older. I expect him to get a bond because they knew exactly where the hell to pick him up, so he's not a risk to leave. But that boy guilty of sin, in my opinion. But it is what it is. Click right here to see how Gucci got called a rat, or click right here for the playlist. I'll catch y'all in the next one.